Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to the Mind Hiking Podcast. I'm your host, Brody Frye, and today we're going to be discussing getting better each and every day, step by step, and making the right choices to improve little by little each and every day. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, and stay tuned. Hello, and welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Brody Frye, and here we dive deep into difficult questions. We'll map out thoughts, theories, and crazy ideas for the love of knowledge and growth. So, how do we answer some of the mind's toughest questions? This is the Mind Hiking Podcast. Welcome back, everybody. I got my my on-air sign on, even though I'm alone right now. Recording a bonus episode, and I'm still using that thing. I love you so much, Katie. Thank you so much. I love this thing. And another cool thing she got is it's like an old style, like it's supposed to look like it's like a rusty old, like a really old style, like 50s style, like milkman kind of. Like if you know like Fallout, the video game, it's like that, like kind of like an old style, like I don't know. Some of you guys might know what I'm trying to say, but like it's like an old style, like supposed to be like rusty looking sign that's just got like a milkman on, and it just says chocolate milk. It's just so awesome. I love it. So that's gonna be going up on the wall when we start doing video for the podcast. So, which I know I keep saying that it's coming soon, but it'll be coming soon. Don't worry. I'm trying my best here. But with that said, you guessed it, I got a chocolate milk, and I didn't make it myself. The love of my life, Katie, made it for me. So it's awesome. And I didn't plan on having a chocolate milk. I just told her I wanted to go record a quick episode, and she's like, "You want chocolate milk?" And I'm like, I don't need one, but she's like, well, do you want one? Are you in the mood for it? And I was like, I'm always in the mood for chocolate milk. So she mixed it up for me, and here we go. It's awesome. So cheers. Awesome job, Katie. It's amazing. Yeah, and I was kind of pushed into it too because the expiration date on the milk is coming up here shortly, which is actually still kind of like an amazing topic to me in itself, where like the expiration date for America versus any other country is America just wastes so much food. It's insane. I know milk isn't food, but like I'm talking expiration dates. It's absolutely amazing. Like things that just because of our stupid like regulations and the like Food and Drug Administration, whatever bullshit, just comes up with these laws just to try to like, I mean, I get it because they're trying to save their own ass where they don't want lawsuits or anything, but so they just like obnoxiously shorten the quality period where the expiration date comes up so freaking fast. It's insane. Like you can't even, like you're forced, maybe that's a theory. Maybe that's a conspiracy theory. You're forced to buy groceries once a week because everything goes expired within a week or two. And maybe it's just trying to create a cycle because really they could be pushed back so far. And for years, I worked in the agricultural food industry, and things that were produced in America that got stamped at a 1-year date, like when meats and cheeses and things like that were produced, stamped 1 year, and if it was going overseas to a different country, if it was being exported, it was stamped 2 years for the expiration date. Same exact product, made identical, probably the same batch, being stamped with different expiration dates just because of the country. And Americans are just so fucking wasteful. It's insane. Just like perfectly good food just being basically thrown out, wasted for animal grade. And actually, typically what they do is like move it, they like transition it down to prison grade, which is like the grade between like human grade edible and animal grade feed. There's like a prison grade where it's like getting close to the expiration date or just past the expiration date, but they'll send it to prisons. And which it's still good. It's still good food. It's just like this stupid imaginary number, this imaginary date that says, "Oh, this is bad." Like I don't know. Maybe you guys are with me. Maybe I'm talking to the wrong crowd cuz like there like yeah, there's been instances where like things like I've had things that were like left open and got stale before the expiration date and things like that, but for the most part like I don't know. It's just Americans waste so much food. This is a huge rant, and it's has nothing to do with the topic. This is supposed to be a New Year's bonus episode. So, what I wanted to talk about was just coming into the new year here. So, first Wednesday of the year. So, let's Happy New Year again. Thanks for tuning into the bonus episode. But a lot of people focus on like new year, new me. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if that's still a thing. But anyways, with the new year, people get wrapped up in like your New Year's resolution, which is fine if that makes you feel good and gets you motivated. I guess really whatever gets you motivated, but I feel like there's more than just the trend of like new year, new me, New Year's resolutions kind of thing and changing who you are now. I think that should be year round. I think you should be trying to be your best each and every day. I think more importantly is each day you try to do your best and you compare yourself to who you were yesterday. You try to be better than you were yesterday. And over time, you're going to be amazing at whatever it is you're trying to do. Even if it's just working on a relationship. Like if you're struggling in a relationship, whether it's a friendship relationship or whether it's like a love interest, you don't even have to like make drastic improvements. If it's overwhelming and tough and like people are in a bad spot, if you and whoever else are in a bad spot, just do better than you did yesterday and just chip away at that slowly. And time goes way faster than you know. And I know, like if you listen to this Monday episode, we talk about it. It's amazing where this last year went. Like where did it go? And even during the year, like it felt like I repeatedly was saying, dude, this week hauled. Like, where did this week go? It's already Friday. Like, that happens so many times, but it's true. Time flies, and it feels like the older you get, the faster time's moving. It's like when you were a child, it felt, at least to me, like you had all the time in the world, and the summers seemed to last like a year. I don't know if it was our frame of reference because we've only lived so long, and as we get older our frame of reference expands, it grows because now we have multiples of seasons and years. So in the contrast of the length of our life, it actually seems to shorten these chunks into smaller pieces. I'm not sure, but it sure as hell feels that way. Feels like the years are flying by faster and faster. But what I'm trying to get at is just do better each and every day. And I know a lot of people say it's like a negative trait to focus on yourself all the time, or like just being like egotistical, focusing in on yourself, focusing just like me kind of thing. And that's not what I'm trying to say. What I want to get across is there's a difference between focusing on yourself and looking inward. And I think that's very important. And I think you have to do a lot of inward looking to be able to get better each and every day. And you have to be honest with yourself. And you have to, like, objectively honest with yourself. Like, don't say you did better just because it'll make you feel better, but in the back of your head you still got that little voice that just knows, or like, and you're lying to yourself. And like, I don't know if anybody else got this feeling, but like when I was growing up, I always had this feeling of like somebody watching me. Like somebody was always watching me. Like, I don't know. I always felt like, I don't know if it was like that, like on camera feeling, like I know a camera's on me or something like that, even when I was alone. So that kind of like, I always tried to do the right thing. And I don't know if that was the largest motivating force, but I don't know. I was always pretty upbeat and happy-go-lucky kind of kid growing up, and I still am, I would say. But I did have that weird feeling growing up where it felt like I don't know. This might sound weird. It's not in a creepy way. Like I'm not trying to like say like I have these mental issues or something like that. No, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just like, I had these feelings of like being watched, and I always wanted to do the right thing just in case. And I don't know if it was just like I was watching myself. I think that's what I'm trying to get across. A lot of what I tell you guys is like coming out. Like I'm this is scriptless, obviously. It's all coming out as I'm speaking it. So that's why sometimes I struggle to get points across, but like it wasn't in a bad way. I feel like that's why I did the right thing. And like, even if nobody was around and I saw a piece of garbage, I'd pick it up when I saw previous people walk past it, kind of thing. And I didn't do it for anybody. I just like, I don't know, I guess I just saw myself watching myself, and I couldn't stand to watch myself walk past a piece of garbage on the ground when I just saw everybody else walk past it and was upset. Like, come on, guys, you can't pick that up, kind of thing. And then who am I to just judge them and then walk past it also? No, I'm gonna do my best, what I believe is the best move, the good decision, the better choice. I'm gonna try to be better each and every day. And that's huge. That should be, if you want to have a New Year's resolution, that should be your New Year's resolution. Just having a resolution every day. Just be better each and every day. Your New Year's resolution, at least for me, is I am going to do my very best this year to get better each day. And sometimes it's easy to flood yourself with topics and subjects and things like that. So maybe if you want to focus on one specific thing, like a relationship, you can focus on that, or personal development, or business and finance, or if you want to focus on even finer points such as your skill set at whatever your hobby is or anything like that. You just want to get better each day. And I know better is such a loose word, such a loose term, like a loose, sloppy descriptive word. It's a weasel word. Anything can be better than anything else, if you just word it right. But you guys know what I mean, and you know what you mean, most importantly. So if you know what you mean and you know that you can be better than you were today, if tomorrow you can do better than you did today, that's all that matters. And this episode did its job. So just that's the point of this episode. Going into the New Year's, we'll start the new year fresh. It's going to be a great year. We've had I feel like all of us have had pretty shitty years these past few years. They've been very challenging, very difficult. A lot of people struggling, a lot of change in the world. It's been tough. It's been sad. It's been depressing and upsetting and scary. But let's make a change. Let's do better. Let's just try to improve the world. Smile at people, wave at people, just try to uplift people. You're going to make a difference. You do make a difference. You'd be so surprised at the difference, the ripple effect of what a simple smile or a wave would do, or even a hello or a good morning or how are you today, whatever. And it's free. You don't have to like go buy somebody's coffee or pay for the person in line behind you or even through a drive-through or anything like that. It's free. Just a smile, a wave, a hello, any sort of greeting, like going into work, like you can tell, like if going into work, if you're typically like not a morning person and everybody knows it and everybody just kind of avoids you because you're always a grump in the morning, give it a try and you'll instantly see what an effect it makes. Everybody's probably the first day you do, if you don't typically walk in and say good morning to everybody and you do, everybody's probably going to like look up at you and it's going to be uncomfortable because you're going to get put on the spot and you're going to be like, oh shit, like no wonder I don't do this because everybody just threw their attention on me and now I feel overwhelmed and in an awkward spot. But keep it up. You're being better. That's just like the demons talking to you. They're just trying to get you to stop because it's uncomfortable and you want to stay in your little comfort zone. But each and every day, just try to be a better person. Just try to grow. And there's no better time than now. It's a new year, start fresh. And though I don't like that excuse of the New Year's resolution or trying to be better this year, because you should do that every day, each and every day. If it puts you in an uncomfortable spot like that, then go ahead and use it as an excuse. That's fine. You can go ahead and say, I'm just trying to be better this year. My New Year's resolution is, if that makes you feel better using that as an excuse, then fine. But just try to do better each day. And that doesn't mean do better, get better, and then just like, I'm bored with this and revert back to who you were. Do better to the point where it becomes a habit. Keep growing, keep making the right choices each and every day. And you'll notice, like, you think you can only go so far because like I've been there too, where I think about it. I'm like, I really like, and this sounds selfish, but like some days it be like this, but actually like some days it's actually like this where you don't think, like you did a bunch of above and beyond actions today, for example, say, and then you think about it and you're like, I don't know what I can do to be better next year or tomorrow. And you kind of start thinking like that, but, and that'll happen, but just do your best, go into the day and live in the moment and just moment by moments. And this is where that kind of fine line between looking inward and focusing on yourself in a negative way kind of teeters here on this line, where you live in the moment and don't be zoned in on yourself. Give yourself permission to look inward when you have the time. But then when you're going about your day, don't be focusing on yourself. Don't be like thinking about your thoughts, your feelings, blah, blah, blah. Just live present, live in the moment and look around, and opportunities pop up everywhere. You go into the day thinking that you don't know if you can be better than yesterday because you did so many good things yesterday. You thought you did the best you can, and you probably did. But the more you look, the more opportunities you see. And the more opportunities you see and act on, it rewires your brain. It makes you completely starting to think differently. It's like you're a different person the more the more you choose to be a better person, you're changing your brain, and your brain starts becoming wired to look for those opportunities to make somebody else's day better, somebody's life better, and that causes a massive ripple effect. Don't get overwhelmed with trying to be better. Don't get overwhelmed with what do I got to do? Don't get overly overwhelmed with looking around, trying to find things. They happen naturally, and you'll know it when you see it, and the voice in your head will just kind of pick up on that and tell you. And you really got to pay attention to your mind, because it's in the back of your head very softly. You'll just feel a little nudge, and your knee-jerk reaction is to shove that away or push it away, like no, no, and that'll happen, and you won't even realize that was the opportunity, because you just passed it over and denied it so quickly because you're so used to it. And it's really hard to explain, but you got to be so in tune with your thoughts and the way your mind just pushes things to the wayside, pushes things aside, and you just didn't even realize it. It's like you really got to focus in on the thoughts you think each and every day. So, and that's a whole nother topic on itself. So I'm not going to go there today, but really, Happy New Year, and be the best you can, guys. I know you can, and it's going to be a great year. Try to make it good for everybody. Don't. We all had a hard enough last few years, and we don't need to make this year a mess too. So be better, be a happy person, spread joy and love, and it's amazing how far that'll go. So we can make a difference in the world, and we will. So Happy New Year. Let's kick ass this year and really do our best. Try to be better, make somebody's day, be a happy person, and get better every day. And we will see who all of you are next year, and it's going to be amazing. So Happy New Year, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you're liking what I'm doing, please subscribe, like, share, follow on YouTube and Spotify, mostly on pretty much any platform you can get your podcast as well. So like, follow, share, and tell somebody about it. Share it with a friend. That would really help the podcast grow, and I love seeing that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Peace.